This is Fatou Danso. Today she is harvesting chilies, which she will sell at the local market. But Fatou is not just a farmer. She is also the Gambia's first female village chief, and she's completely changed how women are perceived here.
I got a lot of respect as a result of my farming, because it breaks down the notion that leaders use their followers to live on. I live on my own sweat.
Being a chief who farms is not the only change that Fatou has brought to the village. More than 2,000 people live here, but before she became chief, the land was only farmed by men. But Fatou saw that it was women who took on most of the responsibility for feeding and supporting their families. When she became village chief, she also became custodian of the land. And she decided to change things.
Land acquisition was difficult for women because the village chief provides the land. My predecessors didn't see giving land to women as important. If you're in possession of land, you should be mindful of others who need a small portion to earn a living.
So Fatou divided 4 hectares of land into small plots, and she invited the women in her village to form a vegetable garden scheme. There are now 420 members who have each been given a section to farm. While the men work upland farming peanuts, women like Fatimate Sane can now supplement their incomes with what they grow here.
Before I got my own plot, I was about to go deep into poverty. But now, I can use part of what I produce as food, and part of it I sell. And I use the proceeds for the family and to support my husband.
At weekly meetings, each group member contributes what they can to the group fund, so that they have enough money to buy new seeds and maintain the land. But when they started the scheme, they needed help to get it off the ground. So Fatou applied to a government project which assists women farmers. With funding from the UN agency IFAD, the group was provided with seeds, fertilizer and training.
Investing in women, we believe that it transforms a household, it transforms the rural sector. And I think that this is what IFAD really wants to encourage, giving women the skills and supporting them to be able to take decisions, to empower women, give them more access to land, to be able to do things on their own.
Today, Fatou is attending a training session on how to run a farm as a business.
Accountability can be so easy if records are kept in a business.
Back in her village, Fatou applies what she learns at the trainings. Each day, her daughter sells their produce in the local market, and the family live comfortably on the earnings.
The income I get from the vegetables is how I support my family, with food, clothing, and education of my children. This gives a lot of improvement in my lifestyle as village chief.
Fatou also passes on what she learns at the trainings to the rest of the group, so that they all learn how to get the most value out of what they farm.
The kinds of benefits we get from the tenure of the village chief are tremendous. All we can say is we are so thankful for the village chief.
At a time of failed harvests and food shortages throughout the region, this chief has ensured that her village will not go hungry.
Livestock are the lifeblood of African society, providing financial and food security for around 300 million people. Here in Cameroon, West Africa, the livelihoods of 1/3 of the population depend on livestock. Cattle, sheep, goats and chickens are a major source of food and income and serve as a bank for savings. If a family needs cash for medical expenses, school fees or marriage, animals are sold at market.
Goats are my main source of revenue to take care of all my financial needs. Now disease has killed almost all of them. Poverty has stepped into my house, and I don't know how I'll feed my family.
Yeah, there are a lot of mortalities, a lot of losses. You see even some people crying because they lose a lot of animals. You see, for example, for FMD, I know people that lost a lot, more than 100, I'm telling you. More than 70% of the herd.
Cameroon's National Animal Health Laboratory, LANAVET, has received support for over 25 years from the Joint Division of the International Atomic Energy Agency and the UN Food and Agriculture Organization. The development of a new portable kit using isotope technology and nuclear-related techniques is making a real difference.
You see, before what I used to do was to come and collect some samples, take them back to the lab, and find time to run them before I produce the result. But actually, with the lamp PCR, once on the field, I can run the test in situ, in the bush, in the farm, and get the result in less than an hour.
Bringing diagnostics into the field means that outbreaks can quickly be detected and controlled.
The vets come to my farm and took samples from the mouth and feet of sick animals for analysis at the laboratory. They gave me some advice on how to avoid the further spread of the disease and gave me drugs to help heal the wounds.
With a growing population and the ever-present risk of drought and famine, it is vital that Cameroon can protect its most precious commodities, livestock, for its future generations. This is Boudicca Downs for Hungry Planet.
People are on the move again in eastern Congo. An upsurge in fighting has forced tens of thousands to pick up their belongings and run, looking for safety somewhere else. The conflict is also affecting the work of aid organisations, including the World Food Programme, which has been providing food to nearly 500,000 displaced people in North Kivu province in recent months. With violence escalating, WFP had to temporarily suspend operations out of Goma.
Today we are really stuck here. As you hear, we have gunfire all around us, but as soon as this fire will be finished, we will continue to do our needs assessment and serve the people around us. There are a lot of suffering, displaced people relocated from sites. So we will continue to do our job as humanitarians.
Thankfully, WFP was able to restart food distributions in Goma within a few days.
Today we are assisting in 12 sites, some 80,000 people with a 3-day ration. We will continue to assist those who have to stay longer in the camps. And the others we are giving a light ration in order to ensure their protection on their long way walking back home.
The future is unclear for this troubled region. With the front lines moving all the time and security uncertain, the logistics of getting food to hungry people are complicated. WFP is calling on those involved in the conflict to ensure that humanitarian agencies have access to those in need. Because in situations like these, food is a source of stability and hope. Two things this region badly needs.